Hey guys, it's me, producer Ross, and welcome to another edition of ITFC Weekly, the show where we round up all the latest news that happened this week and stories that you may have missed. This week, I'm joined by good old Jon Watson. Let's get right into the news. So the first news story to talk about this week, Jon, is Kieron Dyer is back at the club. Of course, he was the under-18s coach 18 months ago, but left that role. Now he's back after getting some experience, and he's now the new under-23 leading coach for that side. Jared Nash, who was the under-23s coach, he's now gone into a scouting role with the first team, while Kieron will be joined by fellow former Town players in Terry Butcher and Jason Zell, who will be playing a part alongside Kieron in the development of young players at the club. Some great news some former players coming back to the club. Your thoughts on this, my friend?
I think it's always good when players who have Ipswich in their heart, the way Butcher, Dazelle and Dyer, for all different reasons, connected with the club. I've got to say, I always liked Kieron Dyer, and when I was living up back in home in Sunderland, he obviously came up to Newcastle, so I had a lot of him in the local press, sometimes not always for the right reasons. You know, the Lee Boyer issue on the pitch that time is probably the most notable, but I've always liked Kieron Dyer. I thought he was a terrific player for Town, and like lots of people have commented on in the past, I enjoyed the KOA podcasts where Kieron spoke with Alan Lee in detail, and I think I was really pleasantly surprised about the level of reflection and understanding of the game and his deep thinking about the game, how that came through. And also, I've listened to him speak to Idris and KVY, and has really good relationships with young players. And he's a great role model for youngsters at our club, isn't he? Because he's the poster boy. He went to play for England. He had a big money move. He, a good technical player. He's got good passion for the club. And he seems to be a really good guy as well. Good relationship. So I'm really positive about that. And I think bringing in experience like people like Butcher and Dazelle has to help. On the main pod, there was talk, I think it was Andy who was saying he needs to get a new, find his own feet and maybe have a right-hand man. That's probably true. But a year or two working in the under-23s will really, really help his development. And who knows, one day he might be in the hot seat here at Portman Road. And I wouldn't be adverse to that. I mean, I loved it when Jim took over. So, he's got a blue heart, and that goes a long way. So I'm pleased with the news, Ross.
Cool. Well, let's get into team news. Head to, we've got Crewe this weekend on Halloween. So the news, of course, first of all, is that Paul Lambert will be in the dugout. He missed the Gillingham game because of the coronavirus test that he had to take. Matt Gill tested positive. He's now recovering, self-isolating at home. But then Paul Lambert's test has come back negative. So he'll be out in the dugout. And players that will be back with Caden Jackson, of course, another man who tested positive for coronavirus. He's now back, been up in training now. So that's good news. Also, James Norwood is returning to training, as well as Alan Judge will have to wait about his fitness. But going into this game, are you happy about all this news going out?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that Lambert's back. We get to hear his wonderful after-match comments about how wonderful we played and how brilliant we are for every second of the game. Obviously, I wish Matt Gill a speedy recovery. Nobody wants anybody to be poorly. I'm sure he's just doing everything right. And it's good to have Jackson back, certainly in the short term, as a major boost, but more competition in the squad.
So I'm going to go back to Monday when the FA Cup first round draw happened. Another disappointing draw in the first round. We got Portsmouth at home. We could have got the likes of Malden, Tiptree or Kings Lynn Town from the non-league. And for the second year in a row in the first round, we got the same league opposition. Last year it was Lincoln City. This year it's Portsmouth at Portman Road. Your thoughts on this, Jon? I know we're not going to be there to watch it, but, Portsmouth.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because the FA Cup still got a sense of magic for me, and I would still love to do well in the FA Cup. But without fans being there, it's not quite the same for a small non-league team to play a big club anyway. But if I had to name three sides I didn't want to play, it would have probably been Lincoln, Sunderland or Portsmouth. And we got one of them. So that's kind of says it all. It would have been interesting to have like a a lower league or a team we don't normally play, because then it makes it a bit more interesting. I think the only bonus of it being Portsmouth, I think we've been chosen by the BBC to be on the television, so we don't have to pay £10 on iFollow for a game, and we can watch it on the BBC, and hopefully play better than we sometimes do when we're on television in the FA Cup. Disappointing draw in the sense of playing one of the better League One sides. It would have been more fun not to. I can see why some people are going, "Oh, FA Cup, leave it," but it's still a bit magical to me. I would love to see us, maybe make a few changes, but you still want to win that game, breed confidence, and hopefully progress to get a big club in the third round proper. Let's get to play Liverpool or Man United at some point. Why not? It'd be brilliant. Well, the idea of playing it, the move would be brilliant. I'm not sure the result would be, but that's what the magic of the FA Cup, and we should still take part in that and enjoy that. So disappointing draw, but yeah, let's move on and try to get through to the next round.
Definitely. And the final thing to talk about is that young town striker Ben Folami has gone to his native Australia to join Melbourne Victory on loan until the end of the season. Of course, he scored his first senior goal in the EFL Trophy 2-0 win against Gillingham. But this was going to happen, and Lambert said it's just good experience for the young lad, and we'll see how he gets on. So best of luck to Ben there. But, well, Jon, thank you very much for joining me this week on ITFC Weekly. Hopefully a win this weekend on Halloween against Crewe. So anyway, I've been producer Ross, and I'll catch you in the next video.